After the school anthem, we will have an unofficial prayer. The prayer will be followed by the guidelines for the campaign, and the guidelines for the campaign will be read by the chairperson of the electoral committee. After the guidelines for the campaign, we will have an interlude to prepare the way for the official campaign. After the interlude, we will have the official campaign, which was estimated to begin at 1:30 and officially ends at 3:50. And then after that, we will have a debate. That will be the top leadership debate. The top leadership debate will be for only the 3 top leaders who are vying for the position of the head prefect. That debate will be the last in our program. It will come after the campaign. And after the debate, we will have the announcement of when the election will be done and what is needed out of the election. And then the final part will be the official final remarks that will be done by the principal of the school.
Rise and shine. You raise your hand up in the field of academic sports, debates, and many more. Bless the teachers and the environmental
Thank you very much.
Let's pray. Thank you, Lord Almighty God, for your protection up to this time. The guidance that you guide our life, oh Lord. We call upon you to be with us. Guide us in about what we are going to do. Everything is upon your hand. Come, O Lord, and everything that we are going to start, let Holy Spirit fill us, O Lord. Those who are going to campaign, guard them and be with them, and we hope in your holy name, Jesus Christ, we believe and pray. Amen. Amen.
This is an official prefectorial campaign. Our guest of honor is the school principal. That is for your information. To recognize the chair of Independent Electoral Committee, our beloved leaders, for the aspirants who have been for the position, various positions, our teachers present, ladies and gentlemen. I am overwhelmed, and seeing these masses, it shows we have a good start. I am sure this is a training ground, and do not take it lightly. This is a very serious event that we should focus. I want to remind the contestants that please speak like a leader, do not attack yourselves, and also for those who might be given chances to ask questions, make sure your questions are relevant and they are within the line of what is required. I therefore take this golden opportunity to declare this campaign officially open. Thank you very much.
Let me take this privilege and honor to recognize the presence of our principal, Charles Robin McCann, all the teaching staff, and not forgetting the committee that is organizing this tonight. I want to start by appreciating those who have taken their time and those who are here witnessing the session we are going through tonight. I want to thank them, especially those who have trusted themselves and they have that belief they can lead and they can learn leadership through these proportional elections. Secondly, as the chair of this, I want to put some guidelines for those who are going to campaign here. One, as a campaign manager, because I was told there are some, please be in the jurisdiction given to you by the candidates. Some of you will come and consume the time given to the person who is contesting for a position. And remember, these students are not going to vote for you. They are going to vote for the candidates. So you are there to only give a word of support and you go back. Let those who are interested in the position continue with their campaign. That is one. Two, as it was said earlier by the principal, you should not attack people's personalities. Deal with what your position requires. Answer questions according to how you've heard. Don't go around and begin to mess things up. Time is not our best friend, but I will first introduce the committee. I am the chair. If you're new here, they call me with the names of Thorn Abram Ding. Then the deputy is Query Michael Abram, who is at the same time the director of studies. Then we have three members. One is John Ayuel Mike Long. You can wave. Then we have our senior woman teacher, that is Becky Madam Yeriak. You can do this. Just give a smile. And then Simeone Dengchol is one of us. So we are going to take this seriously. And if you think this is a cheap politic, don't play with it. This is how you're going to start campaigning, and this is how you will get adapted to how you go about showcasing what you have in your heart, what you're capable of, and what other field you can manage. Up to this far, I want to say thank you for your time as you campaign. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. So I recognize the presence of the principal, the principal, and the school staff, the students. Good afternoon. So I'm here as a candidate for the position of the electric prefect. I applied for the position because I know I can do it well. This is a new position, and no one thought that it can do it better than me. Apply for the position, that's why you see I'm the only one there. I will do when I be the electric prefect, I'll make sure that there will be light in every dark corner. And I'll also make sure that there's no wastage of electricity because we use dry cells, not generators. And I've also seen the borders have problem with electricity, which can affect the preps, which is not good. So, I'm not saying that the borders must wake up early, but there will be electricity. That's all what I can say.
My name is Aiko. I have applied for the post of a timekeeper. Not because that I know how to manage the time, because I can manage the time and I can change some things in time management. For how you go back to that. No, you know. And it's not the issue of just coming out of the classroom to break and start playing. You must go back and revise or do something in your class. That's what I have.
Okay, my name is Anton Now. I want to apply for the post of Games and Sport. The reason why I applied for this post is the following: like, this school has been a great school of sports and sports attached to school. Like, when we study and we also do sports, like, by the camp in the Elite has been a great school, like in terms of sports, and we like that. Like by performing good, like in sports, the school is known and it is known throughout Juba. I would like to work in hand with the school, promoting the school team. Like last year, Elite never did well, but this year I know we shall do more and win trophies. Okay, our students also like playing football, right? You know, we learn with the body, like experience in body. Experience in body. Yeah. We come to school from Monday to Friday, we come and study, but during weekends, they're not given a chance to go and play football outside. So if I become the sport prefect, during weekends, I make sure that like during Saturday and Sunday, we go out and we play football. Okay, I would like to strengthen the school team by organizing a school tournament like the Elite Premier League. This will enable the school to get players to for them to know themselves well and how they play and the sports. We have ladies there. We play football, so we can also promote them and tell them how they can play. And for them to win also like the boys have. When it comes to netball, we have players how girls who can play netball. But I'm not seeing how guys are going to participate in netball. And other schools like Amoto girls, but and Darling Wisdom, they've been participating in netball and our schools have not been participating. So when I become the prefect in charge of sports, I'll make sure our girls participate in netball. So I have nothing to say. Others I'll do the medicine. Like I don't speak them on them today, but I'll do other things during my work. Okay, thank you for listening.
For the protection till date, the Independent Electoral Committee, teaching and non-teaching staff, both outgoing and incoming prefects. Senior 2A student, and I'm here vying for the post of the debate prefect. Actually, I am not saying here I'm the best to be the debate prefect of Lead High School, but at a point I feel I am. Okay? So let me give my manifestos. When I came here, I noticed that the debate prefect and the school administration were not working hand in hand and there was no voice. And quickly I applied for this to get a change between the administration and the two parties, let's say. So another thing is improvement on the levels of public speaking of the students on Lead High School. Lead has won a lot of trophies, but at the same time those we work hand in hand with the administration, the patrons, and then us. We can produce a lot of students in public speaking and we rule South Sudan as a mix. I conclude my speech.
Senior 2B student. Sister, my question is, what do you think are the reasons why Lead High School formed debate club?
That's a nice question. Lead High School identify the problem.
Success is all about to grow others. I simply mean, if I become leader today, I will be successful in life. Meanwhile, if you become a leader tomorrow, meanwhile, you will be nurtured. I recognize the independence of electrical committee, the teachers, the outgoing and the incoming prefects, the student at large. You can call me Mary Goodman, a student of senior 2C, vying for the post of being the school journalist. Before I go further, allow me to emphasize on two things. One, why I chose this post. Two, what will I really do when I become the school journalist? I have strong passion for journalism and communication because this post was not posed to me, but I am the one who chose it from the bottom of my heart. Me being choosing this post, I think I can do it to the expectation. I have experience in writing, editing, and reporting in school events. Lastly, I have teamwork, of which you and I, if we come together, we can cooperate. If you come together and we cooperate, we can achieve the best. What will I really do if I am given the power? First, keeping everyone informed. Like for example, if the information is passed, I will be the first person to pass it to the teachers, including the student within the school premises. Lastly, encouraging student participation. How will create opportunities, channels, for instance, contributing articles, poems, among others. Lastly, conclusively, being a journalist is not just about the title. It's about responsibilities, passions, commitment, and I think that I will work tirelessly to keep our school informed, inspired, and connected. Thanks for listening.
Chairperson of the electoral committee. This opportunity to appreciate our teachers who are working harder and harder. So while I was in Uganda, people used to say that the students and the pupils of South Sudan don't know how to speak English, but when I came to Hillwood High School, I found that that was the opposite. But only that, I would like to say that if I become the deputy journalist, I work with one of the journalists at Radio Miraya, that is Lord Nelson, so he will be teaching us in order to improve on our mistakes. So that is all I have to say. Thank you.
My name is Anyam. I'm a senior 2C. Yeah, I think people great. Some students are not here because of that pressure. I will change black culture to white. I will change that on Saturday. Be there. All of us. I would like to start.
For those who don't know my name, I'm by the names of Benjamin Gal Cook. And I am soon to be your new Catholic prefect if you vote for me. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let me just get straight to the point. If I'm to be the new Qatari and welfare prefect, I will add some changes to the weekly food routine. Such at least Monday and Friday we eat rice. But if you vote for me, maybe you guys are tired of the same thing over and over again. It's about time we try something new. If only you vote for me, yeah? Another thing, orders. I will also work hand in hand with the teacher's head of logistics, who is Usas Atlanta, to introduce something new. Not only on Sunday we'll be eating meat. I will try my best to make better food at home to ensure also Saturday we eat something special. To make it enjoyable for us. And another thing I should not forget is about porridge. I will ensure I try my best to ensure we take porridge after our morning preps, because it is not good. They say empty stomachs are empty minds. So empty stomach is not good for us. And about the food ratio, food is always legal for the students. But as me, as the new Qatari and welfare prefect, food will always be allowed. Food will always be my number one priority. As a leader, we lead with example and courage. And if you vote for me, this black bush will not be a problem. Remember, I am not here to make promises I can't fulfill. I am a man of my word. By the name Apela. Like you have said, that the number of food is going to be enough for the students. But as we all know that, every morning they come, they take the attendance, so they can know the number of students in school, so the ratio can be enough. But almost 20% of us don't eat. And the rest of the people who remain to eat go for life, but we still not get food. How are you going to solve that? As I said, if you vote for me, you'll be there.
The teachers, the students, leadership, trust, and discipline. If I am selected, my vision is to create a positive and a respectful environment. I will work second, to take care of the space and the flowers within the school. Pollution within the school. Once again, I am grateful for this opportunity and promise to give my best. If children together, let's aim for a school that is united, respectful, and full of
By the names of students from science class, I proudly stand here vying for the post of environmental prefect. Well, I don't just think of it as like I should become a prefect because I should be known as a leader. But I should listen here. Vying for this post to lead and serve the students and the administration of the leader high school. I'm vying for this post because as you can see, compound full of letters and bottles actually free. But if you vote for me, I'll make sure the compound is swept every morning and evening. You can see these flowers are not well taken care of. Some are dying. Flowers are not being watered every day. And some are buried by the soil or running water. So if you vote for me, you will all sit in a beautiful environment. Thank you. The Independent Electoral Committee, the guests of honor, the principal, the teaching staffs, non-teaching staffs, the incoming prefects and the outgoing prefect body. Good afternoon. Plus students. Good afternoon. Okay. I am Daniel Malena Jack. Yes. Vying for the post of entertainment prefect. Yes. I applied because of the following reasons. Yes. First, as you all know, I am an actor. We are not given chance as actors to express, to showcase. You know, before they used to invite only artists, not even artists, rappers. They invite only rappers to come and rap. They don't even invite singers. You can see. Now, if I am to be the entertainment prefect, I will make sure everyone that is talented, you have to showcase your talent. Not only singers. As you all know, talent is not only about music. Yes, acting is also. To showcase their talent, dancers, poets, and many others. Yes. Secondly, most of you here, you don't know where you come from, where you were born, where your parents are from. Yes.
Everyone showcasing their talent. And you know here in this high school, models are not allowed to show their talent. So what do you have to do about that?
I can't make promises that I can't keep. That is why I do not talk about it. Because you have those say clearly that this school is a Christian-based school. So nobody is not allowed to leave school. That is why I do not talk about it.
So when you come to the when can we start teaching acting skills, whatever? Because I wanted to make a drama, but when I was looking for people to act in that drama, I could not get anyone. So what are you going to do about that?
Immediately after this event, you visit me. I have to write your name because.
In my first place, I would like to recognize the presence of our dear, beloved principal, the DBT. Our fellow staff teachers, the student leaders, ladies and gentlemen. I am standing in front of you by the names of Abraham Ato, as Moses, man with a small head. We know. I have contested for this post as an entertainment prefect, but I did not contest for the post as just I wanted to contest, but I am contesting because of my following reasons. Okay. It has not been my first time to be an entertainment prefect. I like the smile of our director of studies.
The reason why I've contested for this, because I have seen a lot of the students in this school have talent in most things. You know, being an entertainment prefect, it doesn't mean that when you are a singer, you are a dancer. Because you see out there those of John Frog who are on the stage and also welcome those of MC Lomax on the stage. That is very yeah. That's for the reasons, right? Okay, yeah. For the reasons are here. In Unit. In Unit High School. Yeah, we have seen most of the people. The best thing that raised the name of Unit, it is debate. Every Friday, debate and football. So we have to get things that let our fellow dear, beloved students should not kill their talents. You know? Not that being an artist, you will be in arts. No way. Being an artist even in science. Yeah, we have like those of Arijoma. He did degree of electrical engineering. Like when I say in the United States of America, we had, you know, in the United States when a girl is pregnant, came to the father and like, Mom, I'm so proud, you know. Okay, my question is as you do my message, as you call it, okay, my brother, you know, being an entertainment critic is not when you're an artist or you're a dancer. You understand? So if you want me to sample, yeah, because if you want me to sample, you visit me in my office. Okay, thank you. I like the head of activity principle.
Thank you very much.
By the name Boniface Gizao, a student from Senior 2B. Attention and silence is what I will request. So you, my beloved brothers and sisters, will mediate and choose a leader who is capable for this position of potential. So we have my following manifesto. First manifesto, I will implement EHST hour. Is one of the things that I will exterminate on. EHST hour usually stands for Elite High School Talent Hour, in which I will take my time with the board and modificate on how it shall be done. But without the cooperation, we will surely have nothing like that. Because I have been in this position in my former school, and I can say it was really a wisdom. So I don't have any proof with me right now. I can simply say that debate and entertainment are all essential, and that's why we have here in Elite High School. Me as a newcomer in Elite High School, I will detect that entertainment is not well organized because of the following reason. One thing, I will also make borders to have well-organized entertainment during weekends. First of all, I will introduce watching football in the school, which is not there. And without that, without you guys voting for me, that one cannot work. That is the first point. Ladies and gentlemen, Elite High School I have chosen kind of entertainment is what I have content for. Choose wisely, because leadership is not about friendship, relative, or even relationship. But a person that will emphasize and cling to what is supposed to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still the main Boniface Gizao are my name, and I appreciate you all for your time, attention, and violence. Because I end my speech here.
Good evening. By name, I am from Israel, a student of being an entertainment prefect. The reason why I choose entertainment over the others, it's a part of my life that I always choose over and over wherever I go, and that's the reason. So, the reason that why I want to be entertainment prefect, I want to make a leader school famous in everything, and what I can provide is music. And second to that, I believe that since this school was open, entertainment was there, but if you are to see the songs that we have cannot really reach 5. And if you guys vote for me, I'll make sure that this year we must have 1. Yeah, it's a must. And second to that, if you guys vote for me, I'll also be on my knees begging the administration for time, because we really see that debate is the most famous, because they always practice and they have time here. But as entertainment, we don't really have time. But what I'm asking, sir, if you guys vote for me, make sure that we have time here. It's not only music, we have dances and all these are with. And we believe that school is a way of promoting our talents. If you have seen all the musicians, they have ever been in school, and this is where they promote their talent. So our talent is recognizable, and they have to give us time so that we also show our talent to everybody and what we got. To be honest, as you can see, our senior one, they just came recently. But if you had seen, no one have ever shown us whatever they have in entertainment. But I can say that if you guys vote for me, I should beg for time that we can, they can give us time to show our talents, and that's really what I'm saying. And also, I just want to tell you that how are you going to vote? Please, I'm not saying that vote for me, but it's a matter of trust that you have in someone. That you think that someone is going to be the right person for all this, I'll definitely tell you go for that person, and this is what I'm saying. And from here, I don't have anything much to say. And if you guys, I say that we must have a song this year. Do you guys need a freestyle of that song? Do you need it? Okay, it's good like this. Elite high school, so cool. Oh Lord, I'm in right place. I feel the vibe when I'm right there. You see the candle just shine bright, and I turn to race back. The gold green sky, I'm in a high school. We go to playground, we play downtown. Everybody's so cool when we stay around. We be like brothers now. If my blood is connected to my hot time, we stay in tough time, we stay in hot time. But the promise is to stay school, no matter what we're going through. Thank you. Anyone with a question, please? Anyone with a question? Anybody? Yo, electoral committee. Good afternoon. My name is John Makiang Majura Mo. The outgoing asset prefect, there is the DVD. I'm here to help you stand strong and help. I'm not here because of these two things that I was state first. I'm not here because I love the title, I didn't love the title. I don't love the title. I'm here because I want to help. I'm not here because I'm the most handsome young man around here. No. I'm here. I'm the that here. No. I'm not here because I deserve the title. I'm here because of this punk challenge that we face throughout the whole time. We face the challenge of the cleaner. We don't have cleaner, and this school is the greatest school. While we lack a cleaner, we come in the morning, then we are deployed there to work to clean for 40 minutes. The first hours of lessons are wasted already. If anything comes in exams at that time, we lost it. I want to correct that. Also, this challenge, if there is inequality in prefects and students, you students, you cannot be valued, there's value for them, other prefects and you should. No, the reason I say that is in serving. When we go to serve, prefects come to be the first to serve their food and they go. Even if they're not on duty, I was a prefect last year, nobody told me, go to the line and cross and start fast. No, it has not happened, and I don't want to let it happen again. I want to correct it. Also, there is this problem
last year, I compared about 6 separately and I moved in all the class, claiming this should not be happening. So it shall not be canned currently, we shall be canned with a limited cane, either 2 or 3, that will be agreed with the administration if I come into this. All will not be canned, canning is not a solution to all. Also, to my senior 3 and senior 4, I saw you are going out of the school. You are going out of the school. Next year you will not be in the school anymore. And I will add this 20 minutes in your arrival time. You will not be called late, and you will be entering the school compound. In the first 20 minutes, I had that to you. Also to my senior one, I'm not covering the upper classes. I also love you, and I will give you some. To all those people that don't have uniform, there are some that don't have uniform, and I want them to be allowed to the school and they enjoy learning while they are near. So that they know that there is a dignity and hospitality in a late high school. Also, I have a lot of things. Thank you all.
Oh, my brother. I'm going to ask you for a question, just only one question. My question is, as I see you like this, you are a scholar. And here we are in body, and you are a disciplinary committee. Now, if people fought or people fight in this school, when you are a scholar, how will you solve that issue?
That is a very simple question. I will answer it accurately to the way you say. If people fight in this school, it will be not the only first time that I saw people fighting. People have fought over the desk last year, and I was asked feedback. I told them to stop fighting, and I settled the case. I will also settle it the same way it has been settled last year. And you will not be punished. You will not be chased.
Thank you.
I recognize the presence of everyone. You can call me Alwela Kon. As a Senior 3 art student, I actually applied for the post of being the disciplinary prefect. First of all, I would like to define the word discipline. Discipline is an acceptable behavior. I applied for this position. No, first, I believe that I'm well qualified with this position because of my passion for the leadership, that is one, my courage and willingness, and then I also believe in the strong character that I have, that I can manage this position. I have a lot of reasons to ask why I applied for this position. I didn't want to make a great change before leaving the school. First of all, I want to promote good behavior among students and rewarding those with good contact. Like they've been calling the smartest students the disciplined students of the week, and they were not awarded. As for now, if I told it happens that I become the disciplinary prefect, I'll make sure these people are awarded every week. I also want a peaceful environment with disciplined students, and my main aim is to instill discipline within the students of Lead High School and create a strong bond and love within the teachers and students of Lead High School. I cannot give you fake promises, and the only thing that I'll promise you guys is that if I told it happens that I become the disciplinary prefect, I'll serve the school very well. As for now, success to the candidates that have applied. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm well known as Guided in March, a Senior 3 science student. Having applied for the post of the disciplinary prefect, but before I start my speech, I will start by defining what discipline is. Discipline refers to the practice of training oneself to obey rules and accept consequences of one's action. Yeah, I'm proud for having applied for the post of the disciplinary prefect, just because I know I can do more about that. One, there's these issues of between students and teachers that they don't understand themselves due to some misunderstandings between them. One, there is this overcaning of students. There's overcaning of students. This prevents students to avoid interacting with the teachers. And if the teachers stop overcaning of students, one, this will improve communication between them and the students. Why am I saying this? This will involve setting up a suggestion box of regular feedback sessions to address any concerns or issues. Two, I will introduce many initiatives to enhance discipline in school environment. For instance, this will implement a student-led disciplinary community that can encourage peer-to-peer accountabilities. This plan will also introduce a reward for good behavior, such as extracurricular activities of special privileges. Another thing is like most of the students are being over dismissed for some cases that they are not convicted of being doing. Some are also accused of the cases of their doing. And if it is coming to dismissing somebody, we dismiss somebody for the case that he has done pressure, and we have to first investigate before dismissing that person. Thank you.
My reason for this position are very tangible and varied. First of all, firstly, I mean, promoting a positive and respectful environment for our school. As a disciplinary prefect, I can contribute to this by ensuring that the school rules are followed by the students. And the students should be respected. Secondly, developing my leadership skills. Being a disciplinary prefect will provide me with valuable opportunities to develop my leadership skills by developing my leadership skills such as communication, problem solving, and conflict resolution. That is serving as a role model. I want to be a positive role model to my fellow students, illustrating the importance of a good behavior and also following the school rules. My vision for a better school, promoting respect. I will work to foster an environment of mutual respect between the students, teachers, and staff, where everyone feels valued. Supporting student well-being. I am committed to creating a disciplined school environment where everyone is respected, supported, and be able to focus on each study.
Time made a sitting protocol remain observed. I go by the name Atin Paul from Senior 3 Arts. I've applied for the post of being the head of disciplinary prefect. I have experience in leadership. I was once a leader in my previous school, and I have that passion to be a leader in this school. I applied for this post because I have experienced two things. First of all, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the way of handling indisciplined cases here in the school. Indiscipline. What I mean by this is like those who commit crimes or those who think that they are not indisciplined. It does not mean that they are indisciplined, but there are some cases in which they might be disciplined, or there are some parts that they are disciplined and we need to improve that. Like advising them, not just taking actions immediately, but we need to advise them first before we take actions. Then second to that is about punishment. Here in the school, when a student did something bad, we take our actions immediately and we punish that. And that thing can discourage some students. Like a teacher might come to class when the student is having high emotions. And if a teacher asks, the student might reply teacher in a bad way, which will make a teacher to be annoyed of that. And a teacher might send you out. Then after that student might realize that when the student thinks now and comes into his or her senses, he or she might realize that what he was doing was a mistake and apologize to the teacher. So what I mean by this, we should be giving students a chance, but we should not take immediate actions when they have done something wrong. going to be implemented. My conclusion is
Staffs and all the students, good evening. I'm here as I have applied a post of being a health and sanitation prefect. So, for the following reasons. The first is, I'll make sure that you will vote for me or elect for me. I'll make sure that they build a laboratory computer, so that I know some of you know how to operate computers and some don't know how to operate computers. So I'll talk to administrators so that they build computer labs for students to come and learn. Secondly, I would like to say that we have classes since the sun is too much. I'll make sure that the sun is too much and the heat always makes people to sweat in classes, the students. I'll make sure that they bring air conditions in classes for the students to get fresh air. And secondly, as for elite school, since we don't have a sick bay, since students get sick, the scholars are the borders. So I'll talk to the administration so that they build a sick bay for the students to come and get treatment. For that, it will be an easy way of students to study, not to go outside anyhow. So the thirdly is about the latrines. You know, we have latrines and it is difficult for them to be clean. I'll make sure that they change them so that they go and put tiles inside. And if you see something like a pot, don't think that is a pot. You sit on it and you will be paid. Remember that. So another one is that I want to make all the students to get a balanced diet, since we only eat black portion and these scholars don't eat a balanced diet. So I'll make sure that every Monday and Friday.
Barack Obama from United States of America, Mahatma Gandhi of India, Nelson Mandela of South Africa, and our own Dr. John Garang Mabir. Great leaders they are and will forever be considered. Unfortunately, I will not be talking about them today. I recognize the guests of honor, at the same time the principal of our school, the deputy head teacher, at the same time also the chairman of the electoral committee, the director of studies, also the deputy chairman of the electoral committee, the teachers, the staff, and the students at large. I go by the names of a senior 1 student, stream B, having to apply for the post of becoming the health and sanitation prefect of Lead High School. Since now, I have experienced some of this position in my previous school. Although I was not the health and sanitation prefect in my previous school, but I was part of the health and sanitation club and I've learned more about health. So now let me take you through who's a leader. Now, a leader is someone who guides or directs individuals towards achieving a specific goal or objective. Leadership therefore refers to an act of being a leader. Now, as for me, I'm applying to be the health and sanitation prefect, so I have some roles. First, due to interest of time, allow me to look at the maintenance of health of the school environment and the students. First, for the school environment, we need to take a look of our drinking points and the washing points. We see them like the students are misusing it. They go and wash plates, the remaining food particles that are left at the washing point. This will cause food diseases, and as for me applying to be the health and sanitation prefect, although the student won't accept to clean it, I can even employ myself and clean my own self for the health of our students. And also I've seen that cleaning the toilets has been done class by class. But since we have a large number of the health and sanitation club members, we are more about 60, we could at least make some groups, and for the students who won't be cleaning the latrines again, it would be for the health and sanitation. Now, to conclude, dear ladies and gentlemen, allow me to conclude. As I started my speech, I said I have applied for the health and sanitation prefect, and I am not applying for this post because I want to, but I have that passion, the zeal and love to serve the student of elite high school in terms of health. Like we see some people apply to be respected, to torture students, to clean them because they know if the student refuse, they will be caned by the teachers. But for me,
student senior contesting for a post of health and sanitation. It's not my first time to be a leader. I've been a leader in previous school, primary, and where I started senior ones. I have applied for this post simply to maintain health and sanitation in our school by cleaning everywhere where there is dirty places, and everything that is dirty will be clean if you vote for me. I did not contest for this post to be to be a leader for just a meantime. I've applied to work for a school and serve as a leader, and not to be respected. If you vote for me, I will work for you and the school as a leader, and I will volunteer myself to make sure everything is okay and everyone must be in a good health and condition. I will request patron of health and sanitation to build for us some houses for our health in case of anything. We first take care of you, then later we take you to the hospital. I will not talk much. I would like to say, action speak more than words. Don't choose according to other people's opinions. Choose by yourself, and thanks.
And I would like to be our best friend, yes, the second school of and by the name of Kuchilas have contested for the post of Elite Academy. There's something to remember, guys. I know that I am best in academics, but you cannot choose the leader because of his or her size, and either I am short, tall, or smaller. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is your behavior, the respect you show to the people, and how you speak to them. You cannot choose also a person because he or she is famous. You choose the person, you look at the person, if that person will serve you well. But I cannot say that I am that best person who will serve you well. We are all the best. That's why we apply for this position. But I'm telling you that if you vote for me, you will see something better in this school. How we change something. Also, the leader is not the person who just, I did not apply in the name of people. But I applied to do something for you. I've seen something in her, and I know what I have, and take what you have. A leader is a person who knows the way, goes the way, and chose the way. I cannot be a leader without you, and you cannot be a leader. You cannot be without a leader. Our support helps you, and your support helps me. Have applied for this. Since I have been here in this school, there's a time I went to the library, not aware that we don't have a library in the school, but there's a library in the district. There's a time I went there, but I found that there's some books which are missing. And this book can be important to other students. And which I will be, if at all I will be a leader, I can cooperate with the administrative, and they see how those books will come, and how we will do.
So we like the presence of the principal, the electoral committee, the staffs, and the students present. I am a student from Singapore Science who was applying for the post of the academic prefect. But before I take it further, I would like to outline some views and objectives why I have chosen this post. Well, if you know,
If you take me as your academic prefect, I'll make sure to organize academic events such as quizzes, spelling games, and other school competitions. Yeah, I remember back then when I was in senior 1, during the third term, we had things to do with during the first term, we had things to do with things like the quizzes and spelling games. But till now, all I can see is all that talent shows and debates are put into consideration, of which is not good. We have students that have full potential of making side quizzes and spelling games. So if you take me as your leader, I'll make sure that those two are brought back into consideration. Secondly, we all know that in every year we have competitions that involve arts contests and science contests, and also the math Olympics among different schools, in which most of the time we only select few students that we think are capable of making it, forgetting that we have students among us that have the full potential in them, but don't get the time to prove to us. So if you take me as your academic prefect, I'll make sure that internal competitions are done within the students before going out to present the school. And thirdly is the introduction of the bookstore, which is known as the library. As we all know that the office that belongs to the director of studies is where we keep our textbooks and novels. And if you take me as your academic prefect, I'll make sure that I'll make sure the library is introduced into the school. Overall, if you take me as your academic prefect, I'll surely promote academic excellence.
Thank you. Dear ladies and gentlemen, if that was one thing that I could change about this school, what would it be? Maybe replacing all the textbooks with TikTok videos, because why don't make life entertaining? It's a contest here for the contestants, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Talkline, a student at Leader School, Senior 3 Sons. I'm here to contest for the post of big and I truly believe in the potential that we all have to succeed. And I want to be that voice that amplifies our needs and our concerns. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I am dedicated to excellence and I always aim for my best and want to help each of you achieve your best. Second, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk about too much taking of notes in class. We are all aware that students are the ones sometimes write notes in class. And sometimes students struggle with notes from morning until evening and they don't have that time and capacity to revise their notes. Now when it comes to exams, we find that students don't have that much time to read. And when exams are read out, students sometimes might fail and after all they will be blamed for their failures. Yet they never had time to read the things. Second, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to talk about the textbooks. We know that we have some textbooks that are within the school compound inside the library. But these textbooks are given depending on the students. Sometimes other students are favored. Those are favored and those are claimed to be trusted. But there are those other people who, even though they request for the book, they never have had that chance to be given the book. But if you elect me to be the next academic prefect and make sure that the books are given to each and every student equal as long as you have the interest.
That will improve the performance of students. How about the students who intend not to read? How will you improve them?
First of all, there's one thing that is the best that should introduce. There's what we call counseling services. Each and every student should be brought down and we discuss what is the issue, what is the problem facing them. So that student will understand the problem.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we know that leadership starts from minor to the major. So, my name is Yarminake, contesting for the post of academic prefect. As I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, I have those reasons that I have applied for the post of academic prefect. One, there's this issue of students
being given notes to write in the classes, whereby others can give us errors. And if we are to read, sometimes if we have errors in our books and we read those errors at the end we fail. And that one, if you vote for me, I'll make sure that one is correct. Also, we know that here in EMI, we have enough space. And that in that enough space, they are supposed to construct for us library, whereby if we have optional subjects, then we can go there and read our book. And if you vote for me, then I'll also talk to them so that they can also give us the library. And also we know that we have our DOS office, and in that DOS office, we have books, and they are not enough for us. Like textbooks and novels, and we know that there are those who love reading novels to sharpen their mind, let me say. There are those who love reading novels like art students and senior 2s and senior 1. So they're supposed to be given those novels. They're supposed to be provided their minutes. Like now we are to have 50 novels that office. Then, and we have 50 students in that class. Those of art class and senior 1 will not get, which means that those 50 students will be the only people to get those books and read with them, while others will remain. So,
I happened to apply for the post of the speaker. You know, this post, first when I was in senior 1, that's when this post hit me, when I saw a Dior has deputy speaker. That's when I thought of myself, like, why don't I apply for the post of head of speaker? I just want to, like, it's hard for people to stand in front like me, I'm shivering right now, but when I applied for the post, I think I can make a difference. I can be able to bring the voice between the students and the teachers at one place. And also, it's not just about conducting assemblies or other stuff, but it's also to be understanding and also be the example of the leader. It's not my first time to be a leader. I was once a leader in my life. So, for now, to apply for this post, I just want to be the leader, the first head, to be leading the speaker. So, if you vote for me, I will be happy. I can't be a speaker, I choose support. So just vote for whom you think is the best. You don't have to choose because of what and other stuff. So thanks.
well, thank you, the most of the moderator, for welcoming us on the stage. The first thing I can do is to recognize the president of the electoral committee, the teaching and non-teaching staff at the house and I. Good afternoon all. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm a girl, Rebecca, who happened to apply to be the speaker of this school. The major roles that are known for the speaker may be things to do with moderating assemblies and conducting events. But those are not the major things. There are some things which are left out, which I'm here to implement them. One thing, I'm here to make sure that I have to address all the devastating consequences that are affecting every student here. And what are those consequences? Consider three things in my speech. One, the sustainable development. We do understand that our school was not like this in the beginning. Okay, we can see that the improvement, but there are some things which are not yet put into positive consideration. Like how we can see now, we sit under the place. We're supposed to have things to do with the school health, so that we should have to conduct site things. That's the one thing. To add on to that, we can also see like senior 4 art and senior 3 science, they are too congested in their classrooms. They are becoming small compared to the population. Now, as we can see, they are candidates, but then they need to have that enough place whereby they can refresh their mind and land the better place. But if they are too congested, some of them might not be comfortable. And if they are not comfortable, you will not be able to understand things. Those are the things that I have to promise you that I will work on. Thank you.
First of all, may the sitting protocols remain observed. I am by the names of Ron Patrick Tapan. I applied for the post of being speakership of the school. I applied for this position not because that I should be the speaker, but because I believe that I can manage this position. If you elect me, I'll make sure that these reasons that I'm going to tell you right now are considered. The first reason being time management. If you see, if you have to memorize and calculate the minutes that we take during assembly session, they are more than the expected minutes that we are supposed to have. We always have a
a session of assembly from 6:20 or 6:30 up to maybe 7:30, hence consuming the past lessons of all the classes from senior 1 up to senior 4. If you like me to be a speaker, I'll make sure that time is being managed. We'll only have a 30 minutes to 40 minute session of assembly from 6:20 to 7:00 or 6:30 to 7:00. I assure you that. Second to that, I have applied for this position to make sure that the voice of the students is being heard. If you elect me to be a speaker, I'll make sure that I work hand in hand with the HPB to make sure that the voice of the students is being raised and heard by the administrative officials. If you elect me to be a speaker, I make sure that that is being assured. I also assure you that before I take my place, I would like to leave you with this Bible verse. It says, "Not all that call me Lord, Lord shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but only those that obey the will of my Father shall enter the kingdom of heaven." Thank you very much.
First of all, I would like to recognize the presence of our principal, the deputy principal, the doors, and all teachers, and my beloved student. Good evening, everyone. I'm by the name Elvis Kerogain Lorca, who contested for the position of speaker in Elite High School. See, it is not my first time to stand in front of the people, but I normally moderate the evening devotion for the brothers. I think brothers know about that. I think the reason as to why I applied for the position is, we have a lot of things that affect always our assembly. Also the prefect on duties. I am passionate about the prefect on duties. That if you see the prefect on duties, you find one prefect is on duty for almost 3 weeks. That is a lack of making timetable. I'll make sure that I will make a timetable for every prefect. Not for lesson to be interact. Yeah, you can understand. Not lesson to be distracted. See? And the second one is to make sure not only the prefect that have voice, to make sure any one of you there down, if you have any concern to raise, you can come to me and follow the chain. I'll give to the HP that we lead, then we're going to share to the administration.
First and foremost, I would like to begin with a quote that says, "Don't let the fear of losing be greater than the excitement of winning." I'm by the name of James One, a student of Senior 3 Science. I recognize the presence of the principal, deputy principal, beloved teachers, the student body. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, first and foremost, I applied for the first of school speakership, and the reason that's why I applied are as follows. One, as the school speakership, I will put more effort to bridge the gap between the student body and the school administration. I believe that open communications is absolutely necessary for a thriving school community. I will work diligently to gather feedback from my fellow students and present the ideas and concerns to the school administration. My goal is to ensure that every student feels represented and their options matters. Additionally, I'm eager to organize the events and initiatives that will promote the school unity and spirit. I envision creating opportunities for students to engage with one another, share their talents, and celebrate our diverse communities. I'm confident that my interest and commitment to our school will inspire others to get involved in making a difference. I would be honored to serve the school. I would be honored to serve as the school speakership and represent the voice of the voiceless. But I cannot do it alone. I need your support, your trust. Together we can make our school a place where everyone feels they belong. Where we can believe, where we can learn from one another, and where we can grow to the leaders of tomorrow. In conclusion, I ask for your votes, not just for me, but for the visions of our school that we all can be proud of.
Who is that strong artist that you know?
Huh?
Good evening. Okay, so before I start my speech, I would like to thank God for the following reasons. Today is my first time coming in front of you, so I thank God for that. It's my first time participating in one of these elections. I thank God for that. And also I thank God for today being my birthday. So thank you, Lord. Now I can start my speech. So I would like to be the deputy speaker for the following reasons, because I would like to inspire the voice of the voiceless. I would like to be that encouraging weapon of elite high school. And I would like to increase my self-esteem and gain it in other ways. For example, right now, if I didn't have self-esteem, I would not be in front of you here. For the second reason, I would like to build my future right now. Because in future, I would like to either be a speaker of the National Assembly or advisor of the president. Because these days there is a lot of corruption. Okay, as I conclude, I would like to show that even as newcomers can do good things. Thank you.
Principal in his absentia, Deputy Principal, Director of Studies, Teaching Staff, Selection Committee, the government that is stepping in, the government that is stepping in. Good afternoon to all the members. My name is Max and I hold a contestant for the post of being a Deputy Speaker of the school. But before I could go to my mechanisms and upstairs to be the Deputy Speaker of the school. One, I would just like to narrate a very small story about the most powerful, one of the most powerful leaders in the country, in the world. His name goes by Donald Trump. This president, he was the president of the United States in 2016 to 2020 after being thrown by Joe Biden. Again, he struggled. We all know that leaders, once they do fall down, they never rise up again and then go on their feet on the stage. But then this president had the courage and has the loyalty and the love for the country that he has been serving from 2020 to 2016. And he had the courage to come back and then be the president of the United States in 2025 to 2028. This shows that leaders have loyalty and they have love for the servers that they will be serving. Now, why did I apply for this position? One, it will be a personal decision because... Okay, I'll have to do a second.
Okay, first I would like to recognize the presence of the electoral committee, the principal, the deputy principal, forgetting you my student. In front of you here, Matima Vanessa, who happened to contest for the post of the deputy speaker. As for the reasons why I chose to contest for this position. First, I will start with becoming a voice of the voiceless. Well, as you see, they do say that as speaker. Well, as you see, they do say that a speaker is the border between the students and the teachers. Yeah, as for that reason, that's why I applied for it. So that should be the borders between the students and the teachers. And also, there are some students that find it hard to convince, to have enough confidence in order for them to express what they want. So therefore, if I'll be given a chance to become the deputy speaker, I'll make sure that all the voices of the students that are voiceless, so that they should be heard. That's one reason. Also for the reasons that's why I applied for it, I have passion for it. And also I think I've had experiences about it when I was in primary. And after I beg to raise my case and say,
respected teachers, fellow students and friends, I stand before you today with great enthusiasm and a deep sense of possibility as I campaign for the role of a deputy head. I am truly honored to have this opportunity to speak to you, and I hope that by the end of this speech you will believe that I am the right candidate for this important position. As a student here, I have had the privilege of growing alongside all of you. I have witnessed the challenges, the love
have shared together, whether it was working on group projects, participating in extracurricular activities, or simply supporting one another in our day-to-day lives. I have learned a great deal about teamwork, leadership, and perseverance. Being the deputy head girl is not just about holding a title or having a position of authority. It's about building a bridge between the students and the school administration. It's about listening to your concerns, representing your voices, and making sure that everyone has the support they need to succeed. It's about creating an environment where we can all grow together, where every student, regardless of their backgrounds or interests, feels valued and heard. If I'm chosen to be a deputy head girl, I promise to actively listen to you. I want to hear your ideas, concerns, and suggestions. Your thoughts matters to me, and I will be approachable whether it's about improving our school environment, activities, or simply having someone to talk to. And I will also support and encourage leadership. I believe in the potential of each and every student. I will encourage leadership at all levels, whether it's organizing school events, helping our peers, or developing new skills. Together we can create opportunities for everyone to shine. I can also promote a positive school spirit. A school is more than a place to learn, it's a community. I will work tirelessly to strengthen our school spirit, making sure that we are not only excel academically, but also have fun and make lasting memories along the way. I'll also be a reliable role model. As your deputy head girl, I will strive to set a positive example in both my actions and words. Leadership is about leading by example, and I will always give my best to inspire others to do the same. Here, I'm not asking for your vote, but because I am confident, or because I want to be in a position of power, I am asking for the support because I genuinely care about making our school a better place for everyone. Together we can make a difference, and I know that with your trust we can build a difference, and I know that with your trust we can build a school environment where every student feels proud, supported, and ready to achieve their full potential. Thank you for your time, and I'm humbly request for your votes to be the deputy head girl. Let's make this year unforgettable together. I am a true one.
Now,
3, 2, 1. Duty is the soul of leadership. It's what turns a role into a responsibility and a title into a purpose. For the interest of time, they told the practical remained observed, and by the names of Atol Denko, the student of Senior 2 Elite High School, applied for the post of being the deputy head girl of the school. Yeah, here standing today as the deputy head girl of the school, it's not just a personal honor, it's a commitment. A commitment leads not with authorities, but with empathy. To serve not from the above, but from the mountain. To begin with, ladies and gentlemen, I will start with my passions and leadership for responsibility. I'm passionate about leadership and believe that being the deputy head girl of Elite High School will help me to contribute positively to the school community. I take pride in being responsible, organized, and a good role model for my peers. Second to that, I will highlight my skills and qualities. I have developed strong leadership and organizational skills through my involvement in school activities. I'm approachable, dependable, and able to handle tasks efficiently, ensuring that duties are carried out smoothly. Thirdly, I would like to tell you how I will contribute to the role. If chosen, I will ensure that duties are managed smoothly, and I will support my peers in maintaining discipline and a positive atmosphere. I would like to introduce new strategies to improve teamwork and encourage student participation in school events. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership to me is not about giving instructions, it's about setting an example. Listening more than I speak, and uplifting others when no one is watching. It's about duties toward the school, the teachers, and my fellow students. I promise to be the voice if needed, a helping hand if it's hard work, and a quiet strength when things get tough. Together, let's build a better Elite High School for us to stage where the student feels safe, heard, and empowered. Lastly, I would like to conclude with confidence and commitment. I am engaged to take some responsibility and collectively.
Okay, in every stanza, like every Monday morning and every Friday morning, we hear in the third stanza, I vow to honor you and lead my school, right? I have been motivated by that one line to become your deputy head girl. Firstly, I would like to recognize the presence of the principal
the deputy principal, other patrons, the electoral committee, the teaching and non-teaching staff. My name is Akir Denyak. I'm a contestant for the post of the deputy head girl. We have seen that we are 3 competitive people, and at the end of the day, it's only one who can be your deputy head girl. I really wanted to be the deputy head girl only for 2 main reasons. That will be the personal development and the school development. With the interest of time, let's first begin with the school development. One will be the interactions, not only within our schools but outside the school. We do believe that in every class we have potential girls who can be able to represent our schools, but they haven't been given the space in order for them to show what they can actually do. We had like a competition last year in the Excellence Foundation, of which the best speller emerged to be a girl. Then if we were to give them this space, such as holding the spelling bee, such as the intershade cut and all of this, I do believe that if a lead is to give a letter to any of the neighboring schools, they won't refuse it. And this can help us to like get big organizations such as Girls Education South Sudan, and we'll be able to promote girls education in school, not leaving alone the boys. If I told that this project of mine will be able to happen, we'll be able to implement the same thing with the boys. And also to talk about the hairstyle, which has been the main problem in the school. We have seen that the administration has refused this only because they think that it might be inorderly or something of that kind. But previously we had this hairstyle that was being put downwards, then they put it upwards. If I told that they have accepted to put it upward, they can be able to put it downward. The reason why we can be able to put it downward and it can be orderly is because if your hair is packed, you can be able to place 12 lines that will be able to make your hair to grow. And if your hair is still upgrading, such as mine, some of us look like fellow brothers because we're not clear. Thank you very much.
I'm coming, yes I'm coming. No stopping me, I'm standing. I'm on my way to the top, baby I'm gonna rock. I'm coming, baby I'm coming, yes I'm coming. No stopping me, I'm standing. I'm on my way to the top, baby I'm gonna rock. I am on the rise, can't be denied. Got my eyes on the prize, can't be shy. I'm coming out fast, they can't hold it back. Got the fire in my soul, can't get this leg. Got my grind on, until no time for sleep. Got my mind set, until no time for sleep. I'm hungry for success, can't be denied. I will do whatever it takes, I won't hide. I will keep pushing, keep driving, no looking back, no rewinding. I will keep striving, keep climbing, no obstacles. I will keep climbing. I'm coming, baby I'm coming, yes I'm coming. No stopping me, I'm standing. I'm on my way to the top, baby.
My name is Oliver, a student from Senior 3 Science. I'm contesting for the post of DVD head boy. You know, it wasn't easy through the interview mobilization, but we came to this stage. At this stage now, it's you, the student of the high school, to say who to serve the position. The power is in your hand, it's not in my hand. So you want to differentiate who to serve the position. If I say there's no problem, it is how you rise from the power is when you become a man. That's why I deserve to first. Actually, I have the experience, not just like I want to have the title that I have been a deputy boy at a high school, but I have experience to do that. But for me, I don't have promise because my boss is there. Will be the one to take the promise because I can't promise because I'm not the boss. I'm just a deputy. But for me, when you're acting the movie, you don't act the movie to die. You act the movie to do another one. So I can say you vote for me and will cooperate with you and be the good leader of Elite High School. So, and if you try all the way. You don't try in one way. You try to win, not to lose. So it's you, the student of Elite High School. They say if I lose or win. Thank you so much.
We respect the hierarchy of this gathering. My name is Ronald Malesh Kaban, a senior 3 science student who contested for the post of deputy head boy. Yeah, what are the true signs of a leader? First, you see an old person, you see famous, and the one that is knowledgeable is the leader, the person who thinks he knows best. Is he the one that thinks all the people are that?
Of course not. Perhaps you think those are the true signs of a leader. If you do, then you're wrong. You ought to critically analyze the concept again. A true leader is the one that realizes the breadth of other people. So a true leader is also a person who is like a teacher, because a leader is like a teacher who sacrifices himself to others so that others shine. So if you like me to be the deputy head boy, I'll make sure I'll be that kind of leader, a leader who acts by example, because you cannot be a leader who can tell people do this, yes, yet you don't do it. You do the other plan B. So if you like me to be the deputy head boy, I'll make sure I do that. Secondly, I'll make sure also I be a leader who's a man of his words, because I'm a man of my words. If you like me, I'll make sure that I do all I promise right now. First of all, I'll make sure I make the voice of the people heard. All the people from Senior 1 to Senior 4, all your voices will be heard. Not only Senior 4, Senior 3, but also the Senior 1s and Senior 2s. Yeah. Secondly, I'll make sure also I work hand in hand with the 8P and other prefects, so that we do our duty, not only as prefects, but also as the people, for the greatness of our country, our people, our brothers, our sisters, and for God also. Secondly, I would also like to say that if you vote for me, I'll make sure that everyone is equal, because not only prefects are high, all of us are in the borderline, all of us are people of God. So if you vote for me, I'll make sure all of that is considered. Thirdly, I'll make sure also I'm a good leader. Yeah. Conclusively, the present is our responsibility and the future is our challenge. So right now it's our responsibility. We should make sure we do it, everything, and we work for our school and we make our school the best we could ever think of. So if you elect for me, I'll make sure all I say right now is put under consideration and everything is online for God and our country.
Let the sitting protocol remain observed. I go by the names of Church of White Jobs in the place and student campaigning for the position of deputy head boy. Well, since time is not my friend, I would like to go straight to my gentlemen and the rest of the students. Well, first of all, I believe that you know the fact that being in this position, it doesn't mean that you're highly intelligent above all the boys or gentlemen that are here in elite high school, but it means that you have sacrificed yourself to lead the younger and the older brothers that are with you in any sector that you are in. How? Well, by giving them the right they deserve as students. So the reason that I'm in front of you today is not to promise you about the school rules and regulations, neither to promise the promises that I may not even start, neither to fulfill, but it's to give you some of the rights that you deserve as students of elite high school today, for which I have to start off. In the last 2 days, I saw something happening outside here to my elders. I mentioned the optional subject, the one that are offering optional subject. They were out of the classes, standing over there, struggling for something to use to sit, because there were no desks. They were using their handkerchief, sitting on the stones and what. And some 2 minutes, a teacher appeared and started teasing them, saying that, why are you murmuring outside like this, like lost God? Well, they were trying to explain themselves that we are for optional subject. The teacher said that, why don't you go to senior 3, senior 4 science? And I was asking myself, do we have tests there? Are we going to start? Well, if you vote for me, I will work hand in hand with my boss to look for tests that we can use for sitting while the optional subjects are in the classes. Second to that, let me talk about elite high school is known as a giant school, giant in academic, giant in football, and giant in other stuff. But we are lacking football field. So, we feel ashamed. We feel ashamed when we go to, how to call it, Marcoli, to go and borrow for a field. Here we have 4 trophies here in the office. Do we have trophies there in Honore? No, but they are having a field, how to call it, playing ground. So,
the core of my business is hospitality. Careship is part of me. Responsibility is what I do best. Leadership is my gift of the Holy Spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, because of time, I will let the protocol remain observed, and my greeting goes to each and every individual around here. My name is Paul Charles Red. I applied for the position of being the deputy head boy of the school. Not to beat around the bush, I will just put the thorn on the head straight. One reason is that I have a strong passion to leadership. Like I really love leadership. That's the reason I took my time writing the letter and passing through a lot of the of interviews. You get that? So I have some role models that make me apply for this position. And not seeing the good things of the role models, but I'm seeing the bad things. And these bad things, I must correct them if I get the opportunity to be the deputy head boy of the school. I really have a lot to say, but because of time, and I want to be the friend of time, I will just be brief and short. I will tell you two of my ambitions. One ambition is that to instill strong leadership development in the students of elite high school, because we are the future of this country, and if we don't do the good leadership skills here, the future means nothing to us. So what I will do there, if I become the deputy head boy of the school, I will really make that. I will really make sure that there is programs that can teach people in leadership. This program will really instill leadership skills in the students and will be good leaders of our country. Yeah, a lot I'll be saying when I get some opportunities. I remain a scholar child lawyer, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Good evening. Well, my name is Nial Mabienya, student of Senior Science, and I contested for the post of deputy head boy. Well, I have reasons as to why I contested for this post. That will be my passion and zeal for leadership, and also it will be, second to that, it will be to help my brothers and sisters with their problems in the school. And third to it is going to have, so we can have equality in the school, and if we have equal opportunities, it will go for both girls and boys. And well, how am I going to achieve those kind of stuff? That's going to be like by cooperating with the students and the administration. Well, if I cooperate with the students and the administration, they will help me to achieve what I want. And second to that, to be promoting integrity and transparency in the school. And my plans are working hand in hand with the head boy to form an initiative for boys, making elite high school a better place for both boys and girls. That is by promoting integrity and transparency. Well, I'll beg to stop there. My name is Nial Mabienya.
May the sitting protocol remain observed. I go by the name Teresa Legday, vying for the post of head girlship in elite high school. Well, the reason towards why I applied to be the head girl, first is the loyalty that I have for the school. Secondly is the patriotism. What do I mean by patriotism? It's the love that I have for the school, to serve the institution that I am in, and that is one of the things that is making me to apply for this post. Well, one of the things that you have to know, that if I manage to be the leader of elite high school, I would like to serve all the students with full faithfulness and trust. Secondly, I will serve the students according to their interests and abide by the school rules and regulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that the reason here's why I apply as the head girl, there is nothing that I am coming to remove from the former leadership that was existing, but there is something that I want to have. There are plans that I want to make if I become the leader of girls, or if I become the head girl. One of the things that I have to make when I become the leader of the elite high school, one is the privacy of students. As a student, we shall have privacy, and we are to have privacy. Let's take example of shelters here. When we have, okay, let's say the shelters that we are having here are not enough. Let's take examples to talk specifically for the girls. As girls, we are not having a private shelter here, or a room that is specifically meant for girls. And you know, girls will always remain as girls. And if girls will always remain as girls, I assure you that if I become the leader, one, we shall have the privacy of girls in this school. That is one. Secondly, on top of the issue of bleaching, we know, yes, the one is modernized, and if the one is modernized, we have to apply things that will beautify you more. And we have to apply them. There are some circumstances they are not supposed to be exposed in front of male
male students to talk on that. And if they are not to be actually we are not supposed to be told in front of the males. One, if you elect me or if I become the leader, one, the issue of bleaching will be done privately by the senior woman teacher, the female prefect, and the rest of the prefects that I know. Because it's not a matter of telling us that you're given 2 weeks to turn black. It's impossible for you to turn black in 2 weeks. It's a matter of creating awareness and how harmful is it to you, but not to punish you. That is secondary. Another thing is, if you elect me to be your leader, one, I will upgrade the initiative that is existing in Elite High School, which is the Elite Pride and Power Society. Elite has been promoted in very many ways, but let me assure you this, if I become the leader, we shall upgrade Elite Pride and Power to that extent by actually, let me say, if I become the leader, we shall at least pick 5 to 10 girls, take them for other schools, go and advocate.
Kill it.
As quoted by Nelson Mandela, that when one feels that he has climbed one hill, he feels that he has more hills to climb. What I'm trying to state here is that without you guys, I cannot do it. So my name is Akwalaji D, a new student of Senior 3 Science, and I'm inspired to be the head girl of this school for a lot of things. Not expecting things from me. I will expect the following things from me. I'll tell you my objectives. Followed by my objectives, I'll talk about my core values and then vision. Talk about my objectives. You people even wanted me to power to be the head girl of this school. What I need from you people is just cooperation. Because what I want from you is not my government, it's a democratic government which emphasizes on democracy. So, as defined by Alexander the Great, he talks about the democracy being the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And also with that, if you manage me to power, I hope for a great work with you people. Working hard to promote democracy and enjoy self-leadership in this school. My vision is that what I want you people is to unite and cooperate with me. After cooperating with me, I work for the integration of great leadership. And then also talk about my core values. I talk about integrity. Integrity that refers to the vital attribute to be a true leader, promoting unity among students. And integration refers to the act of combining 2 or more ideas so that aim is to be accomplished. And to accomplish this aim, you people, what I need from you is the cooperation. And I'd like to stop here. If you have questions, you can ask me.
Shine among many children. Finding their space in the world. You start life giving water and nutrients. I'm by name Arab Abraham, a student in Senior 3 Science. I have applied for the post of being head girl. And the main objective of me applying to be a head girl, one, is to deal with the issues facing girls. What are those facing girls? Hygiene. Dear ladies and gentlemen, our toilets are very affected with some diseases. These diseases are syphilis and gonorrhea, and if you vote for me, we will call an organization called World Health Organization. They will give us some medicine for us to treat our girls, because these diseases in the future, if they are not treated, it will affect girls, it will affect we the girls. We will not give birth. At the end, our in-laws will blame us that they are not giving us, because we are not giving birth because we have found these diseases in the language. Secondly, allow me to talk of girls' rights. Here in Elite, teachers are allowing girls to run in front of boys, and which is very shameful. We girls, we should respect our bodies. Some girls are having, that. It's not good for a girl to run in front of boys and let boys see girls. These are shame to girls. Secondly, allow me to talk of the initiative that is formed in Elite, which is Elite Pride and Power. This initiative will be supported by World Vision. Those people, they provide shelters for girls in the school every month, and they have started in Gumbo Basic Primary School. So if you vote for me, those people who come here, they will provide you your needs and time.
Leadership is who you are to be a good leader. So proud to have applied to be the head girl of Mighty Lead High School. I recognize the presence of the school principal, the lecture committee, teachers, the outgoing government, the incoming government. I go by the names of Aduk Susan, a student of Senior 3 Science, contested for the post of being a school head girl. A couple of reasons why I applied to be the school head girl. Actually, first, it is a passion for leadership. If you tell you want to be a leader, and then you don't have the love to be a leader, therefore you won't manage to lead the people who you want to be their leader. Secondly, I want to bring success to lead pride and power. We have an initiative in this school that is called a lead pride and power. They have ends, but then the outgoing head girl work a lot to promote this initiative, but then they did not achieve some of their aims. Even until I become the head girl of the school, I will work hard to make success to this initiative. Secondly, a change. I want some good changes in our girls of lead high school, that is to say, good conduct. Now, why do I apply to be the head girl of our school? First, I want to talk about what is called coexistence. If I say coexistence, I becoming the head girl does not mean I'll only work for the girls. I will also have to work for the boys. This initiative called Lead Pride and Power, I do work for the girls, which is leaving out the boys, and this is called feminism. If until we have feminism in this school, we will leave the boy behind and we take the girl forward, and it is what I don't want in the lead high school. If until I become the head girl, we will have the boys and the girls in balance, and therefore we will have a very nice and conducive lead high school. Secondly, the issue of bleaching. If until we see in almost all the assemblies, the bleachers are pressurized. They say, you are given 2 weeks to be black, you are given 1 month to be black. See, this thing put them in pressure. They can't even drop out in school. But then, if until we educate them on how negative cream affect your skin.
I go by the name Atil Paul from Senior 3 Arts. I've applied for the post of being the head of disciplinary prefect. I have experience in leadership. I was once a leader in my previous school, and I have that passion to be a leader in this school. I applied for this post because I've experienced 2 things. First of all, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the way of handling indisciplined cases here in the school. Indisciplined students are not made to be indisciplined. What I mean by this is like those who commit crimes or those who think that they are not indisciplined. It does not mean that they are indisciplined, but there are some cases in which they might be disciplined, or there are some parts that they are disciplined and we need to improve that. Like advising them, not just taking actions immediately, but we need to advise them first before we take actions. Then second to that is about punishment. Here in the school, when a student did something bad, we take our actions immediately and we punish them. And that thing can discourage some students. Like a teacher might come to class when the student is having high emotions. And if a teacher asks, the student might reply teacher in a bad way, which will make a teacher to be annoyed of that. And a teacher might send you out. Then after that student might realize that when the student thinks now and comes into his or her senses, he or she might realize that what he was doing was a mistake and apologize to the teacher. So what I mean by this, we should be giving students a chance, but we should not take immediate actions when they have done something wrong. And I hope if you vote for me, nothing is going to be improved. My conclusion is, I like to conclude in the book of Proverbs 20 verse 28, which says that mercy and truth preserve the king, and by love
same time the journalist of the school. And finally, in my Elite High School has the deputy speaker of the school. And right now campaigning for the post of being the head boy of the school. Reasons why I want to be the head boy of the school are the following reasons. Number one, I need to serve for the interest of the students of the Elite High School linked to the school rules and regulations. Whereby I'm going to say that serving for your interest, we shall be able not to cross the boundaries of the school rules and regulations, whereby your interest is going to be based on the school rules and regulations. Thank you. And also I'm going to serve in order to represent the students in any kind of meeting that concerns the students at large. I am capable of representing you, the students of Elite High School, in whatever meeting that is conducted here in Elite High School, in order to express how you feel and what you are supposed to say in that meeting as the students of my Elite. So what I can say here specifically is that I'm capable of managing you and I am capable of representing you. Finally, to promote friendship among us all. I am ready to promote friendship. We are all aware that we are having students from different countries, actually tribes and many different clans, of which if we socialize in Elite High School, because we understand that Elite High School is an institution whereby we are going to gather, we are going to mind of being from different clans, but we are going to mind specifically as students of Elite High School. We being the students of Elite High School make the right leaders of the future. Well, I have said, thank you very much. I still remain as Malaka here.
You see, the right leader is somebody who is not a feminist. It is somebody who is not an advocate for boys neither. A leader is somebody who advocates for all the boys and girls. That's the kind of leader I am. You see, being a leader means to take responsibilities and you act and set examples to people, and at the end of the day they follow your actions and your steps that you have already taken. That is the kind of leadership we want. And what happens at the end of the day is you lose an election. It's obvious, losing an election becomes a life lesson to you as an individual. But what is more important is framing people becomes a very wrong motive in this aspect. So I suggest as individuals, let us make decisions that will favor us at the end of the day. That is to say, in the future, we will not regret. Do not say in the future, I wish I did this in the past. Do not say that. Let us make decisions that will all favor us. Because time is not our favorite friend, I'm going to specifically talk about the most important thing I will do to the students of Elite, the boys and the girls. At the end of the day, if I become the school head boy, probably. Now first, it's obvious within the premises of Elite High School, we do have like a way on how we treat the students. That is to say, within Elite, girls like at some point somewhere, they do have a point where they're being somehow favored, and the boys are kinda at the point almost the same with the girls. That is to say, the girls have what we call Elite pride and power that inspire and motivate them to be within the school. But then the boys of Elite have nothing. It's also a government thing that is very big. They have what we call the guest. That is anarchy, but then the boys have nothing. But then, picking me as your head boy or voting for me would give me a room to create an initiative that would inspire the boys and educate the boys at the end of the day to be within the school premises. That is one. Number two, you see, it has been happening in most instances that we have individuals who live in Mapau, individuals who live in Jebilamianin and somewhere. But then when they come to the gate here, they're being sent up home, not knowing why they came late. But then if I become your head boy, I would make for you guys residential card. If you're far somewhere, you guys will give us those cards and you will within the classes. That is number two. You see, secondly, like to the day scholars, I do not blame you guys for identifying that place. That is to say, you guys do not have anywhere to sit and eat or put your plate in. But then if I become the head boy, tables will be built there and you guys will eat in a very good place there. Also, when you look into the boys, that's to say the borders, the boys themselves, I will talk about it because at the end of the day, if I become the head boy, I will work hand in hand with the Catholic prefect. It's about the courage you take. You see, if it is not in the morning, then at least it's at break time. But then during break, we're only given 20 minutes. And you know courage is very hot. The speed of light does not work at the point, just 10 seconds. So if I become the head boy, please and please, if the courage is not drunk at 6 or taken at 6, then you guys will have 30 minutes for you guys to take your breakfast. Thank you very much.
That means the session will go for 15 minutes. Each of you will have 5 minutes. But the questions will cut across. Let me give the mic to the gentleman and the gentle lady.
It's a beautiful evening. Welcome to Lee High School Broadcasting Corporation interview session. I am about Mehdi.
My name is Jokadis.
Well, we are going to take you through the interview, of which one of you, all of you, each and every one of you is going to answer the same question. Well, the first question is, what is your vision for Elite High School if elected as the head prefect?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I proceed, I'm going to say my name. I'm called Siama Santinoyal, a Senior 3 Science student for that. And the question of what is your vision for Elite High School once elected? First of all, I want to thank you for asking the question. Well, I have a couple of reasons for wanting to become the HP of the school. First of all, one vision for Elite High School is an Elite High School whereby all students, all the teachers and all the prefects have a proper link, or whereby communication or anything to do becomes a proper one for all the students of Elite High School. The second one becomes something that I want to be for mostly the students.
All right, the names are Abbas, Akon, Abbas. I'm in Senior 3 Science. And yeah, about the question, my vision for Elite High School, if I am elected to become the HP of Elite High School, is very simple. Actually, there are very many, but to make it one is making this environment a better place for all the students of Elite High School, people that are being seen to be maybe less of a student of Elite High School, making this environment a better place for all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Ayik Mambir Ayik, a Senior 3 Science student. If I become the AP, the vision that I will have from this school year is to raise the voice of the voiceless and make this institution great for every time.
Okay. The second question is, apparently students at Elite High School are facing pressing issues and challenges. Now, what are those issues, based on the perception that we have, what are those issues and what are the possible mechanisms that we can use to mitigate such problems?
Okay, thank you very much. Again, I'm going to answer the question about the problems that are facing the students of Elite High School. Well, we have a couple of problems that are facing the students of Elite High School. I hope we are not also answering just one. So to talk of the problems of facing the students of Elite High School, let me first talk of side problems, then we come to the main one. First of all, we believe that students, there is something that says that, studies with a studying without play makes him a dull boy. So let's start with the issue of the PE for the students of Elite High School. We believe that every student of Elite High School, or everyone, deserves to have a PE for every Friday morning, but it becomes in vain because we believe that it's only learning that is actually prioritized. So we believe that that one can be one of the issues that can be solved in Elite High School. Now, to talk of the issue of something that was introduced by the head prefect of 2023 to 2024, that is to talk of the Student Court of Justice. Well, there is a notion that has been introduced by the principal of Elite High School, saying that at least every Friday, every student is to be dismissed. You see, at some point here, everything does not lead to dismissal. For that case, I think the students of Elite High School need a court of justice whereby it's not just dismissal that goes straight, but they first go to the students' hands for themselves, whereby the problems can be solved and you do not just be dismissed or something of that kind. And okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. To me, the problem I know that is actually facing the student of Elite High School is the pressing problem is a communication structure. I want to say that we are having over 800 students at Elite High School today, but then most of them do not have that proper time to talk to the administration because they feel ordinary and they feel low that to express their own individual or personal problems. And I think as an HP, if I become the HP, how do I tend to solve that problem? One, I become the margin between the students and the administration. If I become the margin, I become transparent to the extent that the students that have problems that are too personal, that are not for everyone in the compound, are able to talk through me to the administration. And for that reason, everyone tends to enjoy this environment and become more comfortable at Elite High School. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's great. According to me, the challenges that are facing this school, yeah, especially students. Now, if I can see, most of the students, especially boarders, don't take lunch don't take food during lunch time. Why? Because the food that is not cooked is not very good for them. Why? Because that portion cannot make them compatible. Instead of students be provided with white portion and remove that portion. That is the first. Another thing also, I have to talk about directory. If most of us can fight that thing. Directory is not that good. If you enter directory and you come out, you must come out and you must first stay there. Oh yes, if you go to class like that, your body must pass me. But for that, I will request the battle of the air and sanitation graph to provide out in some insecticide so that we spray them to keep our directory. Okay, according to me, what I will do for the students of leaders for their voices is enough. Let's just take a scenario that some of the students usually came late, but instead of them being fast, okay, given time to explain themselves, they are not given time. Immediately, they are given double punishment. I hope that most of us do not recognize that thing. One, you should first know, students. But because I'm always in this class here, I always see that students are always lying down here, boys, back, and the back are also at their back. Also for guys, they go to kneel down there and they can stay there for 10 minutes. For me to make the voices of the students of high school be heard, I will make sure that I campaign for their right, but not to be mistreated.
The question is what I will do to make sure that the voice of the student of high school are heard. You know, a couple of things here. This actually brings me back to the same answer I gave in the previous question. When I say there's a problem of communication structure that deals with how student leaders were unable to reach out the administration based on their problem.
Excuse me, please, it would be more convincing if you keep quiet and then you let him answer. We won't listen to what he's saying if you're talking.
Yeah, all right, thank you. As I was saying, this question takes me back to my previous answer of communication structure. What I will do as Abbas Akonabas becoming the HP is one, becoming the margin between the students and the administration, making sure that I am so transparent that even students themselves will see the administration so close to them. I'm pretty sure that all of us here have problems that are actually inching us down there, but because we think that it's too personal, we can't say them out because they will not actually work out for us. For that reason, I become the HP for you, that person that has a personal problem that need to be solved personally or individually by the administration, and by becoming the margin between you and the administration, I bring you closer to saying your own problems, and that's so that your voice will be heard through me talking to the administration about your problem. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. To answer that question of how will you make the voices of the students to be heard, one is a very simple manner, just we need a proper link. You know, sometimes the students might be afraid, you know, to go to their prefect straight or to go to the teacher straight. So to make it simple, we create a council whereby students who are not leaders themselves have a very good lineage whereby they can be able to pass the information to the prefects and then later on take it to the school administration for proper verification so that they can be helped. And also for the teachers to be told that everything is not solved with violence. So in that case, we need a proper link whereby the teachers themselves should just talk to the students, not end everything with violence. Thank you.
Okay, apparently it's pretty much obvious that you see there is a confliction between the demands of the students of the Lake High School and the expectations of the administration. Sometimes there's a conflict in that case. Now, what is the possible mechanism that you can use to make sure that you serve the students of the Lake High School align with the school rules and regulations, to make sure that you respect the school rules and regulations while you serve the students of the Lake High School to their interests?
Yeah, thank you very much. What I do actually to make sure that I respect the school rules and regulations in serving the interest of the students and also of the teachers. Now it goes like this actually. You know, we all know that all of us here at least know everything that we can do about the school rules and regulations. And now when I come in as the HP of the lead high school, what I only do best is making sure that if there is something inside you as an individual that you feel that is unusual in this compound, because most of us are from different schools actually, something that feel unusual in this compound, it's your own obligation to tell me, and then we discuss with administration, making sure that some new things that we want in this compound as student of leader school are brought in. Our interests depend on what we think we want to enjoy this environment for. I mean, all of us here have the right to at least give one or two things about our own things that we need to be solved. And for that reason, I think it's a right time you choose someone that will bring you closer to administration in making sure that your own personal problems as an individual are solved. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. The question is about how you serve the school with the interest of the students and the school regulations. Well, it's a very simple thing. The interest of the students do not become very far from the school regulations. It's just a matter of how the twisting comes about from the teachers. So here it needs an understanding between the teachers and then the students themselves to be able to understand what particular interest do they have. If those interests are actually something that can be solved, then it becomes soluble, and then we can be able to have the students themselves. If it's something that cannot, then actually we see on how to fix another one that can be able to be helped. Thank you.
Okay, according to me, I will first like to say one thing. I hope that each and everyone who seek and experience student are sound-minded. But if a teacher approach them in a good manner, it means that they will also respect the school rule and regulations. But if the teacher approach them in a wrong way, that is where the student career. And for that, I have to say that what we can do there is just only to bring cooperation among us. We cooperate and then we fight for the great league.
Assume you are the head prefect of the lead high school, and then your fellow prefect break school rules and regulations. What are you going to do?
According to me, it is a prefect break school rule and regulations. It means that what is okay, let's just assume that he makes something like slightly, but for me, it means that the best way for me to solve it, I should first figure out that people, then we discuss the reason why he or she did that. Then I can go and convince the school administration.
Yeah, basically if you're a leader and maybe you break a rule, we all know sometimes we are not that perfect, and at times we may break rules. It's something like that. Even the AP himself or herself can break a rule. What is very important is taking accountability for whatever thing that you have done. I'm pretty sure if any of the prefect breaks any rule, it's our duty or my duty as the AP to calm down and talk with that particular person, making sure that he accepts the problem. Because by accepting the problem, it seems to say that next time you will repeat that same thing. And this thing would happen privately among the prefects. It won't actually involve students to see what we are doing with the prefect that has broken the rule. And for that reason, we're able to promote peace and integrity. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, the thing that we have to first know is that, you know, we are all humans and humans are not perfect, isn't that right? So that's why a prefect can maybe break a rule or something of that, because humans are not perfect. Now, coming to how you can solve a problem, there's always a cause of every problem. Perhaps maybe you made noise in class, or maybe you fought in school. There must be a root cause of the problem. So we first look at the root cause and later on solve it with the prefect's body, and then later on can be transferred to the school administration. Thank you.
Okay, for me to ask the last question. Now, what makes you think that you are the perfect person for this position, given your personal traits, your attributes, or even the nature of your integrity?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. What makes me think that I am the best candidate for the position and concerning myself, integrity and stuff? Thank you very much for the question. And first of all, to say that everyone thinks that they're perfect for a position and that's why they apply for the position. So I personally think I am perfect for the position because one, I am passionate about leadership. You see, sometimes you cannot do something if you do not have love for it. Second to it is ensuring that everything that was started before by the governments that have left is completed and something new that wasn't intact before is also intact. And then thirdly, making sure that we do believe in the voices of the students themselves and can be able to help the students to have them. And also making sure that the students and the teachers have a better link in order to communicate themselves. And I believe that I'm the best candidate for this because I have a lot of things that I can intact in the new leadership. Thank you.
Alright, the question is about somebody talking about how perfect they are. Honestly speaking about myself, I cannot maybe say I'm the perfect person for this position. But while I applied, I knew I was good enough to do something for the student of Lead High School. And I would imagine you might sit down there looking at somebody that you feel like he's doing great in his work. Actually, this one is all yours to see the perfect person. But for me, myself, why I think I'm good for this particular position, a couple of things. You know, they say the leaders are born and supposed to leaders are nurtured. But inside me, I feel like leaders are nurtured. Actually, this environment has the power to change somebody to be a different individual in the eyes of everybody. I can say while I entered the Lead High School, I was not actually sure that one day there will be a leadership contest and I will one day become the HP. But while I stay in this environment, I've got to learn more from people that I've led in my present, Monica, Chuma, Jack, Jokaji, Solomon, among others who have seen and they have served the Lead High School with everything. For that reason, I felt nurtured and I think I am good for this position. How much I know people are contesting with me. Thank you very much.
Okay. According to me, the first thing that I will answer, they say that a leader should be exemplary. Not that I'm bragging, but it is the truth that I'm saying. A student can certify expert reporters. I used to be the first person to come to school here, a past day program to enter the school day. If I can get some of the students are staying in the dorm, in their dorms, and then for me I will be here. That is the first thing. Another thing we should first know. Also, another thing we should first know. First thing we should first know. Yeah, you know that. Like a person who is a voiceless is like a tree without leaf. And if you vote for me, it means that I will make sure that I raise your voices. Then I start.
Yeah, maybe a second to go on. They say, don't judge people based on what happened to them. Judge people on what they have chosen to become. If suppose something happened to any of the candidates, don't judge them for that. Judge them for what they have chosen to become. That's the part they have chosen. Now, to give you something, you don't have to act a leader to be selected. You need to be selected to act a leader. Thank you very much.
Before I proceed everything. Now, what do I think is the leader? Who do I think is the leader? Can you please pay attention? Now, we say that a leader is a person who I personally believe that is driven by his or her own passion, accepted by the people to rule them, with a pure heart he or she rules with love, respect, passion, and full of energy. Now, to say this, we say that we choose the leader that we think that will be the best leader for you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, the MC. I am sure this has been a very long day because we've been here since 1 p.m. and some of you are tired, so I am not going to waste much of your time. I am going to be brief. For the programs of tomorrow, we are going to start voting at 8 a.m. in the morning. We are going to bring the ballot papers, and in that paper you will see the position up. then the names of those who are contesting for that very position under the title. Then, as a voter, you make sure you go through and choose only one person of your interest. Then you tick. And your tick must be where? Must be within that box. There's a small box next to the name. Can we keep quiet? Hello? Can you settle? Can you settle? Yes, that is the first thing we are going to do tomorrow. Then, immediately after voting, we are going to begin the counting session in the office. I am sure those who were here last year are aware that our results are credible. We are not favoring anybody. We are going to announce the person you have chosen as you vote them in. Is that clear? They are not going to lead us. They are going to lead you. And we cannot select on your behalf. Is that okay? So as you come back tomorrow, make sure you are early enough so that you are not sent home and you miss the voting session. Up to this far, let me welcome the guest of honor, who is at the same time the principal, to come and say one thing.
Can you please pay attention? Be quiet. And those who are at the gate, please, can you come back? Which class is this? Two of them, the colleagues. Which class is this? Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, Michael. I hope your leaders have presented. This is part of exercise that they have done. Sometime we chose leaders whether on what they do, what they say, and their personalities as well. So I am sure whoever that you want to be the leader must be the leader. Whatsoever the case. You have heard from the deputy principal, and it was loud and clear that there will be no rigging because you are the one voting for them. But there is something that I've realized. Can you pay attention? There is something I have realized. Some of your colleagues are being victimized because of some things, which is not right. And I want to warn all of you. Do not victimize your colleagues simply because they do other things better or because they are known for some things. Choose a leader because you think that person can lead you. Almost during the debate, from being timekeeper to the last positions I've been monitoring. I don't know whether it is a propaganda or it's real. But let us choose those that will represent us. At least the IEC has done well, because I said earlier, all the contestants must be those who are disciplined, must be those who have been following the school rules and regulations. I don't know what is the team on duty. I want this law to be punished all, the whole of this law, because they are inconveniencing my convenience. I am speaking and you are talking. Some of the prefects, this is not new, most of them use words that are stick in front for campaign. This is very bad. If you don't have a manifesto, why do you come and talk here? Whether it is missed or about colors, there's something that cannot be kept a secret. For example, the bleaching style, the issues of bleaching, it is visible, everybody sees. What is so secret about it? When I announce, I don't victimize anybody. It is for everybody, even teachers. So please, let us be careful on that. I want to wish all the prefects the best. Whoever that will win, at least
you should know that you have been voted by the students. For those who lose, you should also know you have tried. Let us try to fail, but not fail to try. Another thing that I want to add, tomorrow, like you have heard from the deputy principal, we are not saying tomorrow will be election day. Salama and the colleagues, tomorrow is not election day that you will not have classes. The lessons are there. Election does not last for 1 hour or even 30 minutes. We will do it according to classes, and I want to request the committee start away from there to senior full science. We will do it according to classes. Each class, once they have already finished voting, then the teacher continue. So there is no interruption. And I want to ask you, make sure you come with your books, because you know the timetable already. That is it. I also want to remind us that school rules and regulations are very important. You know, with our numbers, like you said before, we don't victimize you, but it is you who do not follow the rules. If we keep on sympathizing, forgiving, taking every mistake that you do, then this school will not go forward. Do not make mistake in the names of court of justice, of no dismissal, please, we will dismiss you. Even the head prefect, we can dismiss. There is no joke about this. If you break the school rules and regulations and you're the head prefect, out. So nobody is above the law. Even the principal. The principal is not above the law. If I do something that does not go with the rules or etiquette of an institution, then I don't deserve to be here. So please, keep in your mind that nobody is above the law. The way you are treated is the way you should treat others. So please, we are time bad. I also want to request the day scholars, immediately after this gathering, go straight home. That some of you will keep on meandering, moving around. No. Let us go home, and still, when you're moving there, keep in your mind that you reflect and portray the image of a leader at school. Move from here smart until your houses. That is where you address yourself. If you untouch yourself on the way, whether you are a prefect or a student, we will suspend you. The invisible cameras are there. We have already installed. Others are saying, you try. So please be smart from here to home. I am sure the examination timetable will be out maybe tomorrow or next week. And we are still working on the issue of debate. If it will be possible, they might also leave earlier next week. I also want to apologize to the Scripture Union because they were not able to do prayers today. I'm sure next week is the prayers. It will be Holy Thursday, so I believe whatever that you have missed today will be compensated by next week. Up to this time, the gathering is dismissed. Thank you very much. And before you go, take back the things.